From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman, but with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Kruger. Let's take a look at Kruger's Quickcast for tonight. We can expect temperatures to, it's dropping down again here for tonight. About 61 degrees for Reading, 66 degrees for Oroville. We're talking mainly 40s, some low 50s for the higher elevations. And along the coast, temperatures in the mid 50s here for tonight. Could see some of that patchy fog burning off pretty quickly, though, in the morning hours. In fact, out the door tomorrow morning, we're talking partly cloudy for the north coast. Temperatures mid to upper 50s for the coast and for the higher elevations. But for the valley, it's still coolish outside, but we are starting to see even those overnight lows and early morning temperatures begin to increase a little bit because, yes, temperatures are increasing. We're back up to the upper 90s for the north end of the valley, mid 90s to the south, mainly looking at temperatures in the 80s for the higher elevations. So, yes, we're seeing an uptick in those temperatures. And even along the coast, we're getting closer to that 70-degree mark, especially places like Crescent City and Eureka, where it's been kind of in that low to mid 60 range, really in the mid 60s. Looking at your 7-day outlook for the valley, temperatures will kind of peak around Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll see a dip in our temperatures here as we go into the weekend and even into early next week. Again, same story here for the coast, inland, Weaverville, Trinity County in general. You see how we're getting up to about 70, close to it, at least for Wednesday, Thursday, and then temperatures start to dip again going into the weekend and early next week. Same story for Siskiyou County, Modoc County, the eastern mountains, temperatures going up and then back down again as we go into the weekend. By the way, I want to remind you there's a free Weather NorCal app. Just go to your app store on your iPhone and on your Android, go to the Google Play Store and search for Weather NorCal. Download the app for free today, and everything Weather NorCal has to offer is right there on your phone. All right, the warming trend, it has begun. You've noticed it today probably. You'll notice again even more so tomorrow in the next few days. Possibility for some triple-digit heat for parts of the valley here by the middle to even latter part of this week, but we do expect another cooling trend going into the weekend and early next week. And with that cooling trend, we're also talking about the possibility for some showers, maybe even some thunderstorms in the forecast as well. So this is something we got to watch here. It's not set in stone just yet, but it is something that I've got my eyes on, and you need to keep a close eye on it here as we progress through the week, because there is that possibility, again, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains, for some of that activity here as we get closer to the weekend. But winds, yeah, they're picking up a little bit here as we go into tomorrow, but nothing major. And then it looks like as we go into your Wednesday afternoon, even calmer winds. So this is good to see. What's not so great to see is the fact that those humidity levels are beginning to drop again. We're down to the single digits, even some lower teens for some of the valley locations here, but you see they drop even more going into your Wednesday. What that's going to mean for our fire weather risk is, as we go into Tuesday, you'll notice we're seeing more yellows on the map. That's indicating in that moderate range here. So we're in that low to moderate range across the board for Northern California, and then we get into that moderate to even close to high range for parts of the valley, but it doesn't look like it'll be quite as bad off into the eastern mountains. So temperatures increasing, humidity dropping, and that fire weather risk begins to increase as well. So we could see some of that patchy morning fog for some places, especially around Humboldt Bay, maybe along the Highway 101 corridor there as well, kind of creeping its way down. It retreats through the day tomorrow. We may see it return again going into Tuesday night and early Wednesday morning. You see just a little bit of fog there, but otherwise I do expect to see more sunshine and of course those warmer temperatures here as we go into your Wednesday. Long range, well, remember I was talking about the potential for some showers and thunderstorms as we approach the weekend. Looks like we may get in that flow of some of that monsoon moisture for the Sierra and Southern Cascades. This is why there is that potential for maybe a stray shower or thunderstorm over the weekend for those locations. Not setting it in stone just yet. We've got to see if this monsoon moisture even works its way up this far north, but it is something worth watching as we go through the weekend, and it looks like even as we go into early next week as well. Temperature-wise, this cooler air is going to ride over Canada, and even though our temperatures are increasing as warmer air moves in, this cooler air is going to kind of push that heat to the south. So temperature is not increasing a whole lot over the next few days, but high pressure, heat from the desert southwest begins to rebuild by around Wednesday, especially Thursday, Friday. That's when we're talking about temperatures of around 100 degrees for parts of the valley. That retreats back down to the south and east. This area of low pressure right here is very weak, but it does have more mild air associated with it, so this will allow our temperatures to drop as we go into the weekend and even into early parts of next week. So again, going up, then back down as we go into the weekend early next week, and then back up closer to normal here by the middle to latter part of next week. So a little bit of a mini roller coaster ride, if you will, with those temperatures. Now the wave heights, they weren't that bad today, but you can see here, going into your Tuesday, those wave heights are going to increase probably Tuesday night into Wednesday. They'll remain fairly high as well. So it bears watching. If you do need to be in a small boat, there may be some hazardous seas watches and warnings and or some small craft advisories, something worth watching. All right, tonight, temperatures low 60s for many of us in the valley. So still coolish, if you will, tonight into tomorrow morning. We're talking mainly 40s, even some low 50s for some of those higher elevations, and low to mid 50s along the coast. Now, taking a look at your forecast for tomorrow, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast with 94 degrees in Lewiston, 93 Trinity Center, 90 in Ruth, as well as Burnt Ranch and Mad River, about 83 degrees. Here's your North Coast neighborhood forecast to the south with a 68 for Eureka, but obviously much warmer in Garberville with a high of about 91 degrees for your Tuesday. 87 in Gas Key, 79 degrees for Smith River, 95 in Willow Creek, and for your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, 85 for Weed. So you can see kind of to the west, low to mid 90s. I-5 corridor, mid to upper 80s. And then, of course, as you head to the higher elevations to the north and east, temperatures in the low 80s for your Tuesday. How about Modoc County? Mainly in the 80s, a little bit cooler out towards Tule Lake, but we're mid to upper 80s elsewhere with 87 for El Turris. 87, though, out in Cedarville. 84, that is, for Cedarville, 87 for Fort Bidwell. Let's take a look at your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. Susanville, about 92. 90 in Kronberg, there's Chester at about 88. Shingletown, you'll see a high of 86, but cooler out in Viola at 80. And how about that Paradise High with a high of about 90 degrees? And your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south, 95 Corning, Orland, and Willows, as well as Durham, 94 for Biggs. So again, just a tad warmer. We're talking upper 90s. We're flirting with that triple digit mark, I think, in some cases as early as tomorrow. And then we take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. Could get up to 100 degrees by Wednesday, maybe even just a tad warmer on Thursday. Temperatures start to drop by the end of the week, this weekend, and especially early next week. That is your evening update. Be sure to check in tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for your latest weather update and, of course, live with me, Coffee with Kruger, at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Cottonwood Small Animal Clinic is one of the only clinics in the area that can see your pet same day and for evening emergencies. We're always striving to improve the care that we give to your pets.
Here at Cottonwood Veterinary Clinic, we have 10 brilliant doctors here to provide your pet with amazing collaborative care. From not only your dog to your cat, but also your gecko, your horses, your goats, and your cows. Come on down and see us. Both clinics are located in the heart of Cottonwood.